In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NFL games happening on September 29, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NFL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Minnesota Vikings versus Green Bay Packers. National Football Conference North rivals will clash for the first time this season when the Minnesota Vikings face off against the Green Bay Packers on Sunday afternoon. Last year, the two teams split their meetings, with each team securing a victory on the road. In their most recent game, Minnesota dominated Houston at home, winning 34-7 as 1.5-point underdogs. Meanwhile, Green Bay is coming off an impressive 30-14 road win over Tennessee, where they entered the game as 2.5-point underdogs. Heading into this matchup, the Packers are listed as 3-point home favorites. Although it is unlikely the Vikings will remain undefeated throughout the season or maintain a perfect record against the spread, that doesn't mean they won't cover the spread in this game. A significant factor to watch is the injury report. Malik Willis has performed well lately, but Minnesota's defensive coordinator, Brian Flores, is hoping Willis gets the start so he can exploit the young quarterback's weaknesses. While Willis has led the team to 2 victories, they were against weaker competition in the Colts and Titans, and his passing numbers have been modest. He never threw more than 20 passes and only managed 122 passing yards against Indianapolis. The game plan has been conservative, focusing on short passes and strong defensive play, which Minnesota will likely be prepared for. Additionally, Green Bay may be without key players, including their top cornerback, their sack leader, and their leading receiver. If these players sit out, the Packers will have a lot of talent missing on both sides of the ball. Minnesota's defense has been stellar, allowing just 10 points per game, and quarterback Sam Darnold is settling in nicely, with standout plays like a 97-yard touchdown to Justin Jefferson. Darnold currently leads the NFL in touchdown passes, proving he is not being sheltered like Willis. The big question heading into the game is whether Jordan Love will play. According to head coach Matt LaFleur, Love's status will likely be determined at the last minute, as he has been practicing on a limited basis. However, even if Love plays, his knee injury may limit his effectiveness, and Malik Willis has proven to be a capable backup. The Vikings, coming off consecutive wins over playoff-caliber teams, have been in excellent form, with Sam Darnold performing at an elite level through the first 3 weeks. Additionally, Aaron Jones is expected to return to action for Green Bay and will be eager to make an impact, likely motivated by a desire for redemption. Minnesota's defense has already shut down some of the league's top offenses, and they should be in a strong position to do the same against the Packers. Ultimately, the outcome of this game likely won't hinge on who starts at quarterback for the Packers. The Vikings, led by Brian Flores' defensive schemes, are poised to keep the Packers' offense off balance throughout the contest, which should be the deciding factor. Expect another standout performance from Sam Darnold, while Aaron Jones is likely to have a big game in his return to Lambeau Field. Therefore, the Minnesota Vikings to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The Packers have established a clear identity with Malik Willis at quarterback. Their game plan revolves around minimizing his mistakes, giving him simple reads, and relying heavily on Josh Jacobs and the running game to control the clock. Head coach Matt LaFleur and the coaching staff have been careful to protect Willis, a strategy that has been successful and has likely secured his future in the league for the coming years. However, this conservative approach doesn't lend itself to high-scoring games, as it focuses on slow, methodical drives designed to win through time of possession. Minnesota's defense has also been outstanding this season, with the most points they've allowed in a single game being 17 against San Francisco. While Sam Darnold has showcased his ability to make big plays, head coach Kevin O'Connell is savvy enough not to put Darnold in risky situations, especially against a Green Bay defense that has already recorded 7 interceptions in just 3 games. Both Minnesota and Green Bay have been formidable on defense, as evidenced by the fact that they've allowed a combined total of only 48 points over their last 4 games. Neither team has given up more than 14 points in all but 1 game this season, indicating that defense will likely play a prominent role in this rivalry clash. The uncertainty surrounding Jordan Love's availability adds to the unpredictability ability, but even if he plays, he may not be operating at full capacity. Both teams tend to rely on the running game, and with both sides likely to stick to their ground and pound approach, the clock should move quickly, further limiting scoring opportunities. Given the strong defenses, run-heavy offenses, and the number of new faces on both rosters since their last meeting, expect a cautious, conservative game plan from both teams. With that in mind, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Pittsburgh Steelers versus Indianapolis Colts. The Pittsburgh Steelers, currently holding a record of 3-0, will be looking to expand their lead in the American Football Conference North when they take on the Indianapolis Colts, who sit at 1-2 this coming Sunday afternoon. The highly anticipated matchup is set to unfold at the Lucas Oil Stadium, providing a lively atmosphere for both teams as they strive for victory. The Steelers are coming off a solid 20-10 victory over the Los Angeles Chargers, where they successfully covered the spread as 2.5-point favorites. Meanwhile, the Colts managed to secure a narrow 21-16 win against the Chicago Bears, also covering the spread as 1.5-point favorites. Historically, the Steelers have enjoyed considerable success against the Colts, boasting an impressive record of 8 wins and 2 losses in their last 10 encounters. However, it's worth noting that the Colts emerged victorious in their most recent meeting, decisively winning 30-13 in the previous season. While the Steelers are on a winning streak of 3 consecutive games, the Colts have faced challenges, losing 2 of their last 3 contests. Despite the Colts demonstrating slightly better offensive performance in terms of scoring, the Steelers appear to have the upper hand in this matchup. Their formidable ground game is expected to exploit the Colts' defense, which ranks as one of the worst in the league when it comes to stopping the run. Additionally, the Steelers should find opportunities in the passing game, given that the Colts' secondary has struggled to contain aerial attacks as well. On the flip side, the Colts are likely to face difficulties on offense. Their passing game has been underwhelming, and their running attack may falter against a Steelers' defense that has been outstanding, allowing fewer than 75 rushing yards per game. Furthermore, the Colts have shown a tendency to turn the ball over, with quarterback Anthony Richardson throwing 6 interceptions across 3 games. The Steelers, known for applying pressure on opposing quarterbacks, average 2 takeaways per game when playing on the road, which bodes well for them as they look to stifle the Colts' offensive efforts. While it's true that the Colts managed to pull off a victory last week and possess the potential for growth with their young roster, there remains a significant concern regarding Richardson's inconsistency in the passing game. Despite entering the season with modest expectations, the Steelers have proven to be a strong defensive unit that hasn't let up. Given the challenges the Colts are likely to face against the Steelers' defense, even in the comfort of their home stadium, it seems reasonable to predict a Steelers victory. Therefore, the Pittsburgh Steelers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Mike Tomlin's defensive squad has been nothing short of exceptional, allowing a mere 8 points per game and effectively suffocating opposing offenses. Anchored by stars like T.J. Watt, Nick Herbig, and Cam Hayward, the Steelers' front 7 relentlessly pursues quarterbacks, putting constant pressure on them. Their secondary has also been remarkably opportunistic, creating turnovers and making life increasingly difficult for quarterbacks, as demonstrated in their recent game against Justin Herbert. With Anthony Richardson currently grappling with significant struggles, highlighted by an alarming league-worst completion rate of 49%, and 6 interceptions over 3 games, it becomes increasingly challenging to envision the Colts racking up substantial points. Richardson's propensity for errors plays right into the hands of the Steelers, who excel at forcing turnovers and halting opposing drives. Consequently, the likelihood of Indianapolis generating significant offensive output appears quite slim. Conversely, Pittsburgh's offense has not exactly been prolific either, having managed to score only 51 points in their first 3 games, averaging just 17 points per game. Their approach relies heavily on the running game and a strategy that emphasizes clock control. Running backs Najee Harris and Justin Fields are crucial in maintaining a steady ground game that consumes clock and keeps the ball out of the opposing team's hands, which is vital when considering the under. With the Steelers running the ball on nearly 60% of their offensive plays, one of the highest rates in the league, and the Colts ranking dead last in time of possession, it's reasonable to expect Pittsburgh to control the tempo and drain the clock throughout the game. In terms of scoring trends, the Steelers have gone under the total in 4 of their last 5 games, while the Colts have also played under the total in 3 of their last 4 contests. Pittsburgh's offense tends to keep things straightforward, accumulating many of their yards through the ground game, which naturally consumes a lot of clock. Although the Colts have allowed a considerable amount of rushing yards, their defense has managed to limit opponents to an average of 20 points per game, which is particularly relevant when considering they will face a team that has yet to exceed 20 points in any game this season. The Colts themselves struggle offensively, averaging less than 20 points per game and showing a preference for the run over the pass. However, they are unlikely to find success against a Pittsburgh defense that is exceptionally stingy, giving up fewer than 80 rushing yards per game while limiting opponents to under 10 points per game. As the Steelers prepare for this matchup, they are aiming for their fourth consecutive win to kick off the season, even though they will be playing away from home. While Pittsburgh has not been stellar offensively in their first 3 games, they have displayed an impressive defensive record, only allowing 10, and 6 points in their 3 victories. On the other hand, Indianapolis has also struggled offensively in their previous 2 games, and Richardson's performance at quarterback has left much to be desired. It appears that we are in for a lower scoring affair, as both quarterbacks face significant challenges in generating effective offense. Therefore, under the projected total is our full game total pick. New England Patriots versus San Francisco 49ers. The New England Patriots, currently holding a record of 1-2, are set to face off against the San Francisco 49ers, who also have a record of 1-2 in an exciting interconference matchup this Sunday afternoon. The Patriots suffered a disappointing loss on the road against the New York Jets, which brought their record down to its current state. On the other hand, the 49ers find themselves in a similar position, having lost to the Los Angeles Rams in their recent game. These 2 teams last clashed during the 2020 season, making this upcoming game particularly intriguing as they look to improve their standing. With the total points set relatively low for this matchup, and considering the Patriots' emphasis on their ground game this season, where they have actually found some success, it is reasonable to expect that they will maintain possession of the ball for a longer duration compared to last week's performance. Additionally, given the injuries affecting the 49ers roster, there is a possibility they may choose to play conservatively once they establish a lead, opting to run down the clock. The absence of Christian McCaffrey has notably altered the dynamics of the 49ers offense, making it appear less formidable than in past seasons, despite Jordan Mason stepping up in McCaffrey's place. However, Mason does not bring the same receiving threat that McCaffrey provided. The 49ers have also struggled defensively, particularly on 3rd downs, and they have allowed opponents to enter the red zone at a concerning rate. As for the New England Patriots, they are not expected to dazzle spectators with a high-powered offensive display. Instead, they have relied heavily on their defensive unit to secure wins and remain competitive in games. In their first road game of the season, they delivered a stunning performance against the Cincinnati Bengals, conceding only 10 points. However, they experienced a narrow defeat in overtime against a solid Seattle Seahawks team in Week 2. Meanwhile, the 49ers faltered against a lackluster Minnesota Vikings squad in Week 2, squandering a 21-7 lead in their recent loss to the Rams, raising questions about their consistency and ability to close out games. Furthermore, the San Francisco defense has shown vulnerabilities, particularly in pass coverage, as they currently rank 20th in the league for pass defense. This could present an opportunity for New England's running back, Ramondre Stevenson, to have a standout game. Stevenson has surpassed 100 rushing yards in 2 of the 3 games played thus far. The 49ers defense, which allowed 146 rushing yards to the Vikings, faces another significant challenge in containing Stevenson. Compounding their troubles, San Francisco will continue to play without their star running back, Christian McCaffrey. Given these circumstances, I anticipate that the Patriots will manage to keep the score within single digits. So the New England Patriots to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. When examining the performance of the San Francisco defense this season, it has been disappointing. They have allowed 19, 23, and 27 points over the first 3 weeks of the season. Conversely, the Patriots offense has also been struggling, particularly highlighted by their dismal output of just 3 points and a mere 139 total yards in their Week 3 matchup. While I do recognize that the Jets boast a stronger defense than that of the 49ers, it is still not overly challenging to limit the Patriots' offense. Quarterback Jacoby Brissett finds himself surrounded by a group of young receivers who lack significant experience in the NFL. His primary targets include Demario Douglas, Hunter Henry, and Jalen Polk, but this trio has not proven to be particularly intimidating to opposing defenses. Additionally, while Ramondre Stevenson is a competent running back, he is not known for breaking off long runs or or making significant contributions in the passing game. His production tends to be more focused on short gains, making it unrealistic to expect him to carry the offensive load alone. As we approach the game, it is essential to monitor the injury reports for the 49ers, as they could significantly impact the game's total score. Currently, the status of key players Deebo Samuel and George Kittle remains uncertain, and updates on their condition may not come until later in the week, possibly Friday or Saturday. I also expect quarterback Brock Purdy to play through his back injury, though he may not be at peak performance. The projected total for this matchup is relatively low, but I believe it is crucial to keep an eye on the injury status of key 49ers players like Kittle and Samuel as the week progresses. That being said, I remain skeptical about the Patriots' offense, which has been, to put it mildly, lackluster and almost non-existent in recent outings. I anticipate that the 49ers will aim to stifle the Patriots' offensive efforts with their defensive prowess. As previously mentioned, the Patriots are likely to continue relying on their ground game in this matchup. This team is still in a rebuilding phase and is not structured to put up a lot of points. The 49ers have benefited from a solid ground attack themselves, but will face a tough challenge against the stout front that New England brings to the field. If Purdy is forced to rely on the passing game, he may struggle against a formidable Patriots secondary, particularly given the limited receiving options available to him. I expect to see slow, methodical drives from both teams, which are likely to stall out before reaching the end zone. Considering all of these factors, it appears that the 49ers offense will struggle to put up points against a respectable Patriots defense. Based on their recent performances, it is challenging to envision the Patriots scoring more than 15 points, leading me to anticipate a final score around 21-13. Therefore, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.